Alright everybody, welcome back to the JRL NASCAR series for the 4th round here at Indianapolis Brickyard. I'm your host, RZXJJ Reds, bringing you what should be a good race tonight. We also do have to mention about one particular player on Forza Motorsport 7 that has been around for a long time. His name is Josh Shepard. It is quite unfortunate to hear about his passing. The whole JRL mourns the loss of him. Our hearts and prayers are to his family and friends, especially over in the Arkham Menard series that we know he was very involved in for the longest time. But yep, tonight's going to be a very big dedication for him. We'll have a 4-wide salute on the opening lap. To show respect to him and what he's done to the Forza NASCAR side of things. So I'll be right back, and just sit tight, everyone. Alright, so let's go ahead and get our starting lineup underway for tonight's 4th round of the NASCAR Series here at Indianapolis. On pole for the 3rd straight week is going to be RZX U5A MVP. Joining him on row number 1 is going to be JD Max Coulter, who had a top 5 finish on our road course last week at Sonoma. Berto FM will be starting on that 2nd row, P3 to be exact. And Kart Racer did not make the show last week. He lost the point lead immediately to RZX Ultra. He fell down a few places in the standings. And of course, we'll look through the standings as we go on through tonight. Starting 5th in the 3rd row is going to be RZX Halo. Right there in 5th. And King Cameron will round out the first 3 rows. There he is, King Cameron. Inside row number 4 is going to be RZX Nix, who finished 2nd last week at Sonoma. After Nix is going to be Fan2403, who was a no-show last week at Sonoma as well. SSR Mayhem starting in P9 didn't have the qualifying he would like to have had, but he'll be starting towards in front of the mid-pack here tonight. It's going to be Ty that's going to round out the top 10. There he is in that 10th place spot. 11th is going to be someone in front, and to his outside is going to be... Where is West? There is West, right there. And 12th. Hopefully West will stay with us and not lag out this time. It's going to be Sniper Hyper making up the next spot in that 13th place position. 14th is going to be Suspect Camo, who had a top 10 finish last week at Sonoma. After Suspect Camo, it's going to be Icon Gaming. After Icon, it's going to be RZX Camo at his first top 3 finish in the NASCAR Series last week as well, finishing 3rd. Lines up in the 16th place spot. Mr. Shorty will fill in the 17th place spot. Void Moon in the 18th spot tonight. And 19th was Rewar, who put it in the dirty lap, so he will start way deep in the field. Grimmer X34 starting 20th. 21st is going to be RZX Ultra, your points leader going into tonight after missing qualifying. And finally filling out the final row will be RZX Rama. So there is your starting lineup for tonight's race. And I will step away on the mic and go over race procedures with party hosts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 22 drivers in the show tonight for the 4th round of the NASCAR series here in Indianapolis. We are running a 4 wide to salute to show respect to the family and friends of Josh Shepard, who we lost in the Forza community yesterday. So this is in honor of a driver who's been a part of the Forza NASCAR side of things. Looks absolutely beautiful. We thank you, Shepard, for all you've done in the Forza community. And now it's time to go racing. All right, so again, 22. All right, so we are going to go green this time by 22 big ones in the show tonight here in Indianapolis, the most we've ever had so far this season. It's RZX U5A MVP on the front row with JD Max Culture to the outside. Frodo FM and Kart Racer, former points leader, makes up that second row. Halo and King Cameron makes up the third row. Here we go. They are going to fire at the restart zone coming off of turn number 4. Wild show tonight here at Indy. First annual Josh Shepard Memorial is about to be underway. And we are green. And MVP, I think, had a bad shift, and Frodo's already passed him at the start. Into turn 1 they go. Culture and MVP. Alright, I apologize that I had to step away from the mic. MVP got spun coming off of turn 2. We are still green. Frodo FM will be given a warning here at the start for overtaking illegally until hitting the start line. So Frodo will be the leader, our Homestead race winner. Lead the first lap, and Culture got all out of sort. Must have hit the wall coming out of turn 2 there. He's battling with Kart Racer now. Oh, maybe not. Culture fell all the way back to the 5th place spot. Now Nick's to the inside of Kart Racer here for second on lap 4, going into 3. Surprisingly, we are still green. So Frodo trying to see if he can pull away from the field here. And lost MVP. Okay, so a few drivers off the pace here at the start. So we're still watching the fight on for a second between Nix and Kart Racer. King Cameron also into the mix in that 4th place spot. King Cameron had a really good qualifying. Started 6th, he's up to 4th here on their start here. So it's all single file as the field stretches out here. You can see Culture back there looking to see if he can get around King Cameron here. And King Cameron will smack the outside wall. I don't know if Culture did the same thing, but I can hear him. Oh no, he must have hit the wall even harder. because he's already about to lose 2 spots to Halo and Mayhem here. And Culture gets right up into Halo, and they both Forza glue to the outside wall. And apparently the caution was called. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know if I just heard something wrong in voice chat, but they're still fighting. Culture and Mayhem, they've fallen all the way to 12 and 15. And they are still side by side off the 4. And Halo's around on the backstretch. There are multiple cars into the grass. I think that was Tig that was in the grass. That's Halo in 19th. It's all the way up to 20th. And just moving up to the field now, we're on with Icon Gaming here working on Front, who's in 6th place right now for 6th and 7th. And Icon did not have a good run coming out of turn 1 and 2. Tig and Ultra to the inside of Icon Gaming. Now Ultra slides right into Tig coming off of 3 there. And he will have the inside. And Tig stuck on the outside, nothing he can do there, but he does have the draft on the main straight here to help him out. Roberto FM still your race leader with Nix, Kart Racer, King Cameron, your top 4, along with Fan, who rounds out the top 5. We'll go up to the battle for a second here, see if anything has changed, and it doesn't look like it's changed. Nick's still maintaining that 2nd place spot as Frodo's somewhat pulling away here. So SSR Mayhem back in 21st. He went to the pits to grab his food. Kart Racer looking for everything he can. Any sort of momentum, any sort of clean air run, anything he can to get around Nix here. So we'll go further back. We got a big train of cars led by Suspect Camera back in 12th place. Sniper Hyper Rewar 477. And Icon and Culture get tangled up. And caution's going to be out with Culture and Icon making contact. Alright, so we are going to be opening at the pits this time by first caution of the night on lap 12. So as things stand, Frodo, Nix, Fan, King Cameron, Ultra, your top 5. Ultra from the rear of the field has cracked the top 5 here on the first caution. Had a few front runners get tangled up on the backstretch a few laps ago. That didn't bring out the caution, but here we are. We are under caution between Culture and Icon. Getting into it. So pit road is going to open this time by. So race leader Frodo stays out here. Looks like third place Fan went into the pits here, and he leads a whole almost half the field down. Alright, so we are going to go green this time by. You see Nix's back bumper says, "This one's for you, Josh." As this being the first ever Josh Shepard Memorial, we are back under green. Nix got a pretty decent jump there on Frodo, but Frodo's able to into the first place spot. So Ultra actually moves up to third. We're still good through 1 and 2, but it's going to get wild and crazy. And single file through the top 10 here. Around for RJX Ultra, your points leaders, Frodo and Nix both hit the outside wall. You see they had to lift, and Nix got into Frodo, and Frodo spun around. That's going to be a caution at the line. He's collecting multiple people. Oh my God, what is going on back there? So many cars went around. Oh my God. It is a war zone on the front stretch. Actual war zone on the front stretch. All right, going back to green. Nix, Ultra, your top two. Back to the restart after that wars of a caution. And Nix, oh, I think Suspect Camo gave Ultra a good shot down the front stretch there on the restart. Ultra immediately gets in front of Nix on the restart. And we've got cars around. Oh my god, another one went around. So caution's going to be out once again at the line as we're going to see who's going to lead them at the line. Nix to the inside with Suspect Camo on the inside lane. Ultra stuck on the outside. King Cameron also in the mix. He looks to the inside of Suspect Camo. It looks like it's might be Nix here. Yes, it will be Nix leading him back to the stripe. And wow, Ultra really wanted that. Alright, so we're actually right on board with King Cameron here on the restart. Get a little driver POV. Got Culture, Ultra, Nix right beside him and in front of him at the restart zone. And they're off. Nix gets a really good restart. Already in front as Culture. Is he going to select the inside here? And we'll look back at... And looks like we're still green. Two cars smacked the outside wall, but I think we're still good there. As we look at King Cameron trying to make a move on Culture to the inside, but Culture's going to have that draft towards the outside line. Culture fell back to fourth here. Wes Catrone breaking the top five here as Ultra to the inside of King Cameron. Third place spot as he hits the outside wall. And Culture now looks to try to break the dirty air. And we'll go to the inside for the race lead on RJX Nix. And it sounds like we got another accident. Yep. And we're going to throw it at the line once again. Nix is able to get into the lead. Alright, so odds will be on the left, evens will be on the right. So Culture staying out here under caution. We are going to go cautionless for 22 laps in total. So lap 44 of this race, we will open our caution system back up. Steve, you're putting Alright, we're green. On the restart, we'll go back to fourth here with Sniper Hyper and Cart and Culture. Excuse me, Ultra. God, I hate saying that. Side by side coming out of turn 3. And they get a spot there. And they both get into the top 5 here coming out of turn 3. Looks like we're all still good. No accidents, really. And Nix will get right in front of Sniper. Easy spot there. And someone is around off of 2. Oh boy. I already know. I already know. We'll go back up to Nix here, as he goes a power move to the inside of MVP, who was the pole sitter. But I don't think he's able to clear him because he's yep, MVP's still to the outside line. We're watching battle for fourth now, underway. And remember, no cautions until lap 44 here in Indianapolis. So if you're just tuning in with us, this is round 4 of the JRL NASCAR Series, the Josh Shepard Memorial Race. For those that don't know who Josh Shepard was, he was a long time community member in the Forza NASCAR side of things. So it looks like we got Benz and Dramora in the chat, so always good to have viewers watching us. So once again, the JRL community is emotional with heavy hearts, and our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Josh Shepard. So now it is all single file as we pull up the race map here. Big jumbo cars just outside top 5 here. Our 3 disconnects have been Icon, Frodo, and Boomerang 34. So it looks like Ultra hit the wall pretty hard there, and Nix might have a run on Ultra here. MVP might be looking to the inside here on Nix here. It's RZX train here just inside the top 5. Right on board with Nix. Not much looking behind. It looks like we got some side-by-side action. Pull up the race map here and see what we got back here. We'll go back to the battle for 9th here with, who is this? It's RJX Cam. Finished third last week at Sonoma, working with Ty right now, battle for 9th. And I think Halo just got to the outside of Sniper there. He's going to have that draft help him going through turn 3 here. And now Halo will try to cross over to the inside. He goes. Get a backward shot anytime soon. And it looks like Halo didn't make up that place. They're still side by side back there. So there's a lot of action pretty much everywhere. I believe Cam also has a tribute scheme as well. Tyke's still working on Cam here for 9th. The race leader still JDMX Culture out front. And while we're sitting here cautionless for the next 10 or so laps, we'll pull up the driver standings as of right now. As Cam got to the outside wall, he's going to lose 2 spots here. Maybe another to Halo as he looks to the outside now. So Cam, one mistake, he's lost 3 spots here. So pulling up the driver standings here, it is RZX Ultra 2 points of a difference against JDMX Culture, who is your standings leader. Ultra P1, JDMX Culture is 2nd. RZX U5 MVP, who was last week's race winner at Sonoma, with 92 points behind Ultra. Nix, Halo rounds out that top 5, sitting with 91 and 90 points. Of course, if you follow us on Instagram and on Twitter, we post our point standings. So feel free to have a look at them. Actually, I don't know if they were. Oh, that's a pink card that went around. I think that was Fan. Was that Fan that just went around? I think that was Fan that went around in 17th. So we'll go back up to the P1 here. Culture still in first. That's Mr. Shorty about to go a lap down. So out front, no issues really. His kart racer starting to reel him in now. So these 3 RZX boys still about 2 cars linked away from each other. And did Ultra just hit the wall on the outside? It sounded like that. What's that? Sounded like that's what it was. And they've got lap traffic to deal with as MVP is to the inside. And Ultra gets into the back of MVP. Did he go around? Or was that just some arrow wash that we were unaware of? I might have been, because MVP didn't go around, just went sideways. So they maneuver around Shorty, the lap traffic. MVP has a great run out of turn 2 to the outside. He gets the 4th place back. And with at that, Nix is all alone. So they just dealt with lap traffic. SSR Mayhem all alone. King Cameron and Ty battling for 7th and 8th now as MVP goes into the pits. MVP the only one going into the pits this time by. So 33 laps in. Less than 10 to go before the caution system reopens. They are side by side out of turn 4. Mayhem now finally cracks the top 5 for the first time tonight. And Tig will go on through for 6th. So we got a battle for 10th, 11th, and 12th. We'll go back to this here. So we got Rewar, West Catroon, and RJX Rama, 10th, 11th, and 12th. West being one of the rookies of JRL. Just outside the top 10. He has the top 10 in reach with Rewar ahead. Rewar, a veteran of JRL. RJX Rama, also a new driver of JRL as well. So we could start seeing green flag stops come into play when the drivers that did stay out. So it looks like Culture and Kart Race are both going into the pits this time. And we have a disconnect. And what? So something just happened during comms I was not aware of. Sound like a slow car or something happened. Boyd has lagged out of the race. I'm still confused on what just happened. I just heard something in the Discord VC. That really caught me off guard. They really started saying something. They were shouting about a slow car or something. So King Cameron, one of the drivers we just saw go into the pits here. So we'll see how the strategy is here. The driver is going to the edge of the tank here. Oh my god, we caught it at the worst time. Was that a lap car of Mayhem just spun? That was the perfect transition. Oh, that was Mr. Shorty. Okay, so Shorty was a lap down, but I think they were both... I don't know if they were both going to the pits there. It's just the way the camera angle was, or maybe Mayhem actually did spin him. So all stretched out field here. Alright, sir, 11th and 12th here. The leader, RJX Ultra, your points leader going into tonight on the opposite side of the racetrack. So just looking at everyone on the track. Go up to the battle for 5th now. So Rewar slips up into turn 1. Rama looks to the inside, but nothing there. And Fan 24-3 might have a run to the inside. He's looking. He Feels like he does, but I don't think he's able to get to the inside. No, they will stay single file. So suspect camo able to climb back up inside the top 10 after a spin he had during the restart. Yep, this is your top 5, all stretched out as just trying to see. Mr. Shorty might go 2 laps down after having that little spin with Mayhem. So we'll still watch this battle for 5th here as Raman Fan now will go into the pits. Yeah, they were running it close on fuel here. We'll go up to Ultra and we'll see a little compare and contrast, I guess you could say. Ultra 25%. He could run theoretically about 3 to 4 more laps here. But coming to the end of this no caution period, I think everyone's trying to get ready for a long run as we are just about to enter the second half of this race. RZX Ultra, your race leader, followed by Tig in 2nd, Sniper Hyper 3rd, someone in front 4th, and Rewar rounds out that top 5. And just looking at the positions marker on the top of your screen, Ultra started towards the back of this race. Started 20th to be exact. He is up into 1st. And that's not just because we're in some green flag pit cycles. He went from 20th to 1st when we had a long green flag run that lasted about 12 laps. The driver who doesn't need qualifying is this man right here. So it looks like Cam and Halo fighting out for 6th and 7th here. We haven't talked about much of these two tonight. They looking to come into the pits soon. Or did Halo just go into the pits here? Yep, Halo's into the pits. What does Cam do in this situation? Is he going to try to undercut? So, a lot of cars in front of RZX Ultra as he is in 1st place. We'll go to MVP now. Riding in 9th, he's got Nix behind him in 10th. These guys pitted recently, but MVP pitted, I think, I want to say 10 laps ago, because he pitted really early than everyone else. That's how he's able to making his way through 8th now. So Ultra's going to cross the line, and the caution system will reopen. And our caution system is back online with Ultra crossing the line to take 44. And Ultra, is he going to box this time by? I think he should. I don't know if he can run another lap what he's running. So Tig, we'll look back here in, he's in 2nd here. He's still with him. There's no bonus points, excuse me. That's bonus points. There's no bonus points for leading laps, so Tig will follow Ultra in your top two. Did they gain enough ground on Culture and Cart, who were the top two before these two pit now? They were on the opposite side of the track. Here they come through 3 and 4. We'll watch them now. Car Racer was able to get around Culture for 6th. Can they get it done? That's a definite yes. So they are your net leader. Staying out is Front and Suspect Camo, 1 and 2. MVP 5th, Nick's 6th, Ultra rejoins the track 7th, 8th, Tig, 9th is SSR Mayhem, and 10th is Rewar. Sniper also joined them into the pits, so he will finally come out. So we'll go back to MVP. Still got Nix behind him in 6th place. So a driver like RJ's MVP has a lot of momentum from that Sonoma win last week. And he's looking to try to make minimal mistakes on the ovals now. Driver who did extremely well in the Daytona 500 last month. Didn't get the job done. Got wrecked on the final lap going for the race lead. And of course, round 1 at Daytona did not go according to plan. Finished 2nd to last there, and then Homestead finished 6th after starting on the pole there, just back and forth through the field at Homestead. And he is up to 3rd, looking to try to see if he can take it back. All he needs is a caution, and he'll be good. So Camo in front will finally pit, and Car Racer gets the race lead. Let's go back to 14th with Rewar here, and he's got to deal with the slower cars coming out of the pits. How is he going to do this? He's going to go to the inside. And Rama's going to take advantage of this with the slow car 3 wide down the back stretch. Rama to the inside. Rewar finally goes to the high side. Rama's still on that inside lane going into turns 3. And Rama gets it done. But can Camo get beside Rewar here? I don't think he did. Man, Halo's back in 17th. Something happened to Halo. I had no idea. Halo's really struggling right now. And it looks like Culture must have made a mistake because he's lost ground to Kart Racer here. But it looks like Nix might have had a little something for MVP here. About to take lap 50 of this race. Searching for every bit of ground that they can get. We'll pull up the race stats so far tonight. So your top speed is Suspect Camo with 330 miles per hour. That's totally believable. Nix with the fastest lap with a 47.619. And that is the gap that Car Racer has. on, I believe, culture. We'll see. Yeah, the gap between first and second car racer. Let's go further back. Let's go back with defending series champion. He's got the 5th place car, the championship leader in front of him. His big rival last season, back in season 3, was thought to be a nail biter in the finale of Homestead, but Ultra lagged out 20 laps into the race, and Mayhem was just cruised to a championship win. And now it's been quite a struggle for Mayhem. He's been up and down through the results recently. Had a shot to potentially finish in the top 3 last week at Sonoma, one of his better racetracks, but he's doing alright. He's in 6th place, which isn't a bad spot, but I think he'll like a little bit more. For those wondering where Mayhem is in the standings, he is currently P8 with 83 points into tonight's race. So the 3 different winners of this season, Frodo FM, RZX-U5A MVP, and Car Racer, have all been bad fast this season. So Culture now really, I did not mean to do that. He is really losing some time to Kart Racer, and soon enough later, they're going to have a 3-way battle with MVP and Nix, 3rd and 4th catching up to him. But they got to get around Car Racer if they want the win tonight. As we see some battling going way further deep into the field. 13th, 14th, and 15th with Rewar, West, and Camo. West slides right in front of Rewar. They both smack the outside wall. And Camo, 2-for-1 deal. And finishing off the top 10 spot with Front right behind him in 11th. Man, looks like he getting away from him now. So I think Mayhem now is catching up to Ultra here. So take a look at this. 2 former championship rivals have found each other. Camo's around the front stretch. And that's going to be a caution by the race officials. So we finally get a caution. Oh my God. Mayhem, the leader, as everyone but these three went into the pits. Mr. Shorty getting his lap back. Hey, look at that fuel. So, not sure if it is still going to be a one-stop race for the ones that did go into the pits. But Mayhem, Halo, and Front are relying on a caution here the last few laps. So, who just that just went in? Is that Front and someone else? Oh, that was Sniper. Okay. And the lap cars have now caught up to the field, so we will be going green this time by. How's my boy doing? I don't know who your boy is, Fago. I don't know if you know any of these people. Oh, is Blade in the race? No, Blade isn't. I don't think Blade has ever competed in JRL before. So it will be odds to the right, evens to the left. I would love to have Blade race with us. I know he's pretty dang good in the NASCARs. So Mayhem's gonna try to milk this restart here. And oh, Mayhem almost jumped it. That's we'll say no harm, no foul for that, but I think Mayhem got a little confused with the restart zone. So Halo gets pushed by Culture on the inside. He'll take the lead. Mayhem with that little mistake. He's caught to the outside. And oh my god, 2 by 2 going into 3. I think we got 3 wide action. And Nix went straight up into Mayhem and he takes the spot. They smacked the outside wall. Car Racer to the race lead. Halo on a wheel, challenging another wheel driver. Oh, did I just see some 3-wide action back there? Maybe it wasn't. Oh my God. A car just flipped. A car just flipped. A car. Oh my God. I think that was front, the one that flipped. It was a green car. And obviously we're going to throw the caution out for this. Man, just look at some of the guys that were involved in this. King Cameron, who was a factor for the top 5 early on in this race. So they'll race it back to the line now. So we had a little confusion with a lap down car. So we'll go around one more time. We'll go green this time. Alright, we'll see what happens on the restart. That was a long caution period. Actually, we'll ride further back here on the restart and see if we can see the carnage and chaos. Alright, so I do apologize about that. We just had some major confusion on that last restart. But we'll be going this time. So lap 77 will be the final lap to pull out a yellow for a wreck. And with that, we'll go back to green. And we got cars around in turn 1. Caution's gonna be out. Yes. Alright. It's gonna get crazy. How about this? West up to 4th on his debut. On the outside of row 2. And we're back. Oh no, Culture got right in the west and the caution is out again. So odds to the right now, even still left. Ultra fell all the way back to 18th here. We'll restart last. Holy cow. Gosh, he's going to be at it again. Alright. Try it again. Man, I really want a clean ending here. Tired of watching all this. I don't know how Ultra does it, but somehow he's able to stay in front of all the carnage and chaos. I mean, it's the one guy who's always consistent every race. He's had top threes, or maybe not top threes, but he's had a top 5 every single race up to this point. Looks to go for another one tonight. So Nick's looked like he missed a shift back there. He stacked up the inside. That's why Car Race was able to quickly get to the outside of Black Ultra. And we've got another caution for I don't know what reason. So this will potentially be the final restart. So 77 will be the final lap to call a caution. After that, we're green the whole way. Car racer on the outside, Ultra defending points leader. On the inside here on the restart. This is it. Final lap. We call a caution. Oh my God! Fan and Ty got straight into the wall. Oh no, that wasn't Ty. That was Halo, I think. Oh my God. That was most definitely not the biggest accident we've had. We had a car flip earlier. This is it. This is going to be the final restart. Car racer who won the opening round at Daytona, looking to go for 2 wins here. I just love seeing the 81 lineup right behind the 8. Just for no reason in general. All right, final restart here at Indy. See what happens going into turn 1. Oh my God, Cam almost just hooked man. They are just beating and banging up there in the front, the top 5, won it all. Mayhem up to 2nd. Ultra to 3rd. Nick's 4th, Cam 5th. Rounds out your top 5. Car around in 4. And Cam's got a big run on Nick's down the main street. Man, just trying to find the pace here that he needs to get up to car racer. I mean, he's got the draft, which will pull him a little bit down the stretch, as now Nick's to the inside of Ultra for 3rd. Cam trying to get to the inside. Ultra tried the late block there, but Cam was already there to the inside. Ultra's not going to cut him any slack. There we go, 2 laps to go. Ho, 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 ho. More cars around. I don't know who those are, but we're not focusing on that right now. Tig now looks to the inside of Cam for 5th. Cam tagged the grass. Oh, he's got to lift big time. White flag this time by. Man, he's a miracle. Fending off Nix, driver he battled with last week at Sonoma. I don't know if he has enough energy. The final 2 corners. Nick's trying to see if he can take a peek. Card off of 4. No one could get him here at the end. Car Racer will take home the 2nd win. Mayhem 2nd, Nick's 3rd. 4th is Ultra. 5th is Tig, his first top 5 in JRL. Top 3 interviews post-race coming up. And I really hate looking at this. I'm going to quickly get the race results here. I'm not looking at that. Alright, so top 3. Alright, I'll see if I can try to get back in the lobby. Let's see the race results. But while I do that, we have our top 3 in with us now. And as always, make sure you guys do have the audios included for the stream, so it doesn't sound like I'm talking to myself. And once you guys have that done, we'll go ahead and start things off with RZX Nix for his 2nd top 3 finish in a row. Last week at Sonoma, and now tonight here in Indianapolis. And I don't think I'm going to get back into the lobby. But anyway, Nix, you went in here tonight looking for a good run because obviously Daytona Homestead just really seemed to work out for you there at the end. Just caught up in the late race cautions. But now here in Indianapolis, you fought, you struggled a little bit trying to get back up into fight for the race lead. But all in all, you finish with a third place finish for you tonight. How does this feel finally getting a top three on the oval?
I mean, it feels good to get a top three, but this race was painful, and quite honestly, it was a lot of drama. It was a lot. You could not restart without having someone either mid-pack. You could not get close to guys in front of you. That's not that tight. You have guys get close to you, and then they get loose, and it was a difficult drive. I don't know what these cars were given. If it
You don't have your
was
audio on.
Sure. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's yeah. Well, I'm not really not. It felt like you were supposed to give these cars gasoline and you gave them hay. They didn't drive how they should have at an oval. You couldn't really do much out on track without relying on someone in front of you making a mistake. It was very difficult to pass out there, and quite honestly, this race was a little bit of a pain. But getting a third place finish and a top three back to back is definitely going to help myself in points. I told myself, and I told you in the interview last week, I'm coming for everyone in this league, and I'm coming for a race win. I told myself I was going to do good here, and I delivered, according to myself. But some major changes need to be made involving a couple things. But hopefully by season's end we'll have a shot at the title. I mean, one win in JRL turns into a title just one season later would be definitely a story to be remembered. So hopefully I can do that, and hopefully hopefully we can have a good race next week.
All right. Well, that pretty much sums up what my questions have to ask for you. You've basically answered all of them, but nonetheless, congratulations on third
Thank you.
place tonight. And now we'll move on over to defending series champion SSR Mayhem. Uh, kind of started in the mid pack there tonight, and then just you found your way through. I mean, like I know you really wanted this after the disappointment last week at Sonoma. You think you could top or fight Nix for a top three there late, but you collided with the tire barrier late, and then the rest was history. But yeah, just take us through how I guess how good of a feel good moment this was tonight. Finally getting a top three, finally breaking out of a shell here.
Well, it feels pretty good, JJ. I tell you what, we came in tonight. I wasn't happy with the setup, the tune that we had coming in. Still wasn't a big fan of it, but race-wise, it wasn't too bad. Last week, I was battling with MVP late, got into that tire wall, like you said. It kind of ended my run there for a chance to win in top five. But just it was a rough race. I won't lie. Got into some stuff, that wasn't my fault, and then there was some stuff that I took blame for on track as well. It was kind of weird. You could set the car up on the outside on restarts, and like kind of that first lap, if you were on the outside, I was trying to lift because I knew the bottom groove was going to come up. So when I went back into the gas, I would come back down, but somebody would just, because they had so much momentum, would get into me. I had a couple times with Fan tonight, and I think once with Cam. So sorry to those guys. I didn't mean to mess them up. Just was really wanting this one. I mean, it's been a rough few weeks. I'm trying to defend the title, but first Daytona was Daytona, and last week we all know what happened. But yeah, had to pit early, and then ran in the back a lot of the race. Just tried to stay out of trouble, and then I was there at the end when it mattered, and I felt like I was on pace with Cart. I felt like I could have threw something at him if I had a chance. I just never had the chance. I didn't jump the restart the way I wanted to, and then just made a couple mistakes going in those last few laps. But if you were in the draft, I mean, if you were in the other person's draft in front of you, you had a chance to kind of go at him. But the hardest part was not letting it pull you around the track. So it was tough, but I'll take second. I said it during the race. I said all I want is a top five. I felt like a top five car the entire race, and had an opportunity there at the end, just didn't work out. But I can't complain about it.
And of course, you talk about your previous race results. I mean, whether that's you making your own mistakes or catching up into other people's mistakes. I mean, how going into next week and the rest of the season, how is it going to be possible for you to miss those mistakes?
I mean, it's just the consistency thing. I think last week at Sonoma, MVP was the class of the field. I did feel like last week I could have won that race. I just was really inconsistent. I'm sorry, which was the reason why. And then I tried to push the limit um, after he passed me, and that kind of was my demise. I just overdrove the car, but um, and, places like Daytona, you got to have a little luck on your side, but you just got to be aware of what's going on around you. It's the same thing at Indianapolis. I mean, and anywhere. I mean, you gotta be aware. You can't push. You can push on the restart, but I think what a lot of guys do is they want to push you into the corner, and their strategy with that. You can push a car wide, but when you're in the mid pack, you just got to be a little bit smarter. I was pushing a lot of guys tonight before we got to turn one, and I'd let off, you know, quite a bit of ways before we got into turn one. I didn't want to mess anybody up, and I felt like people around me were respectful for the most part, but um, just just being more consistent and just you gotta let the little things go. So if I want to get back into the fight for a championship again, just gotta make the right decisions and not. As everybody knows, I'm a very aggressive driver, and tonight I tried to be a little bit more passive than what I normally am because I just kind of know how this race goes. So it doesn't mean I'll change going forward, but you just got to make the right decision. So if I can stay consistent and and I found some of that here tonight late, just at the wrong time, I might have a good shot going forward.
All right. Well, looking forward to seeing that consistency next week. I believe we're off to Watkins Glen.
I love that place.
I know you're going to be a heavy favorite to win that one. So with that,
Yeah,
congratulations
good time.
for second here in Indianapolis.
Congratulations, Carter, the win, and thank you, JJ.
And that will move on over to our race winner for the second race he's won. He won the opening round back in Daytona. He's won the fourth round after a no-show last week at Sonoma. And Cart, after for some reason missing last week at Sonoma, you come into this race knowing that you need a strong finish tonight. You did exactly that. You saw all the carnage and chaos behind you. Just take us through how you feel like you won this race.
Well, I definitely felt like I was one of the ones to beat along with MVP and definitely a couple others. It was a tough field for sure. But I don't know, when I went in early and pit early, it just seemed like everyone in the back just was anticipating too much, and it was really difficult to try to get through that, especially on restarts and then having your cautions right after the restarts, or maybe your wreck happens right at the line, so you have no chance to like really react because you're trying to get as many positions up to that caution. But for how I did, I felt like I hit my pit just right every time, and maybe I could have stayed out for that first time and extended out to where I wanted to pit the second time, but I mean that was a big stretch, 10 laps. I don't think I could have ever stretched it that far, especially with how long that first run went. But I mean, I think I did what I had to do just to maneuver around traffic and just kind of stay out of trouble later on in the race. Hitting with culture and getting around him, that was the difficult part, trying to get around him before the pit cycle started again. That was a big move, I feel, and especially on the restart with Mayhem and I think it was Halo on the front row. That was definitely a big move too. But very happy with two wins. You know, after missing Sonoma last week, I was out out and about and just didn't notice what time it was. That was
And
unfortunate.
of course, missing last week, I mean, it kind of has to hurt knowing that you weren't able to pick up the points you need there, but you got a pretty good haul of points coming your way now. Obviously, it won't give you the points lead. That will still belong to Ultra, but how are you going to try to stay consistent as you've been these past 3 rounds you've competed in?
Well, at Daytona, I'm gonna try to hook up with Coulter because I know I'm fast with him. I just hope he has the internet to handle it. I think I think we're moving faster than its internet sometimes, but Homestead, I gotta try to stay out of trouble there. That's my best track, and Indy just pretty much do what I did tonight. Road courses, I feel like I gotta be top 10, at least maybe top 5. Just try to win as many as possible.
And of course, congratulations on a second win tonight here in Indianapolis. Looking forward to more oval races to come whenever you're out in front. And that right there is going to do it for our Josh Shepard Memorial Race here at Indianapolis. Of course, we want to thank all drivers in attendance for tonight, our biggest showing we've ever had in the series so far. But thank you all for tuning in for tonight's live stream. 2-hour live stream, so look at that. But we will see you all in 7 days' time at Watkins Glen Short Circuit for the 5th round of the NASCAR series and the second road course on the schedule. Car Racer race winner tonight with Mayhem, Nix, Ultra, and Ty rounding out your top 5. The rest of the results are on the screen. And with that, we want to say thank you for watching, and we will see you next week at Watkins Glen. So long, everybody.